Good evening. Welcome to Talk Yarny to Me. My name is Zuri. I will be talking Yarny with you for just a few minutes, a quick few minutes, because it is late. It is actually after 11 o'clock here. And the reason I'm filming so late is because I was working very late. I actually just finished working not too long ago. And I took my dogs out for like their last little outside time, and here we are. But I did not want to let today go by without making a video, because today is my Podi-iversary. Woo woo woo. That's supposed to be like air horns. All that good stuff. A year ago, actually, so I want to say I published my first video on the 17th. Today's the 16th. But I think last year at this time, I did the video on the 16th and it just didn't get uploaded till the next day. And we are going to go with that again. Why fix what ain't broken, right? So I actually have not a lot of exciting things to share on this Podi-iversary, but I still wanted to just mark the occasion. So yeah, we've been doing this a year. For those that are new to me, I did start this with this channel a year ago just to talk about yarn and crochet and knit. I started this channel probably just a few weeks after I started crocheting. It was very new to me. I had done maybe one or two little projects. I've been knitting for several years. I am an avid collector of yarn, as we've talked about in this last few weeks. So wanted to talk about that, and no one in my family cares about yarn or the stuff I make unless I make it for them, and then they like it. So sorry, bear with me a second. Okay. So that's why I've been doing that. I like talking to you guys about the stuff that I make. I like talking to you guys about the yarn that I pretend that I don't buy, but I end up buying anyway. I like reading your comments and kind of building a little bit of community with people. So all that stuff. And it's been a great year. I want to thank everybody, all 525 of you that have subscribed, all probably a couple thousand of you that have watched my videos and commented, and just, you know, everyone that's been so kind to me. My very first subscriber, who was Crystal over at Chronically Crocheting, she really kicked it off for me because she shouted me out to her channel when a lot of people came over from that. Rosanna at Crochet with Nana Rosanna did the same thing early on. Just, you know, everyone else that's helped me. I forget her name, but wonderful subscriber that has a channel as well. She put a call out for like my little mystery boxes that I put out just out to her subscribers. So all of that, everyone that's just been supportive and just been really kind. So wanted to thank everyone. I will show you guys a couple things I've been working on, and then I will go to bed. First of all, just a little bit of progress. I don't know if this looks any different, but this is my mom's shawl. Said it all loud, but I think she's way in her room. You can see, when I showed you last time, like I couldn't really see the color change, and I don't think in this light you can see it either. But like when it's like, for me, just looking at it, I can see where right about here, we went from like one strand of the gray intertwined to now there's like probably two strands of the gray intertwined and two strands of the white. And so it got just a tad bit darker. And I'm not sure when the next transition is, but it's probably, I want to say it's probably due pretty soon. So as this progresses, we'll be able to see the transition a little better. And we're probably going to introduce, we still got a little ways. We got all of this gray to go before we start introducing the blue, which is right here. You see like the blue starting to come in. So I have quite a bit of gray to go. I don't know if I'm going to finish this in technically like 3 weeks. I don't know. This is just, knitting is so slow and it's such a small yarn that we will see. I might have to run to TJ Maxx and get a backup present. But it will be finished at some point. I think once we get some longer, even longer rows across, that it'll start to go a lot faster. So there's that. And then I mentioned to you guys one of my whips, my rescue, not even a whip, one of the planned projects that I never started. I talked to you guys about last time. Well, I started, and it is the dog beds. So actually, these are the knit dog beds. Where am I at? This, oh, sorry, hold on, stuck on something. This pattern is actually not what I expected it to be. So, okay, stop getting stuck. So here we are. This is where we are, which is about halfway through the base of the dog bed. Okay. And what I really, when I was looking at the picture, I didn't really read the pattern, but what I thought they were gonna have us do is like maybe make the individual wedges and sew them together. But what we're actually doing is short rows. So it's not like an isosceles equilateral, not equilateral, isosceles triangle where you have like the two sides meeting, like coming at the same angle. That's such a terrible, I don't know what I'm trying to show you, which is why I thought like a typical wedge, like a wedge of cheese or something. I'm trying to think what's a good wedge shape. Not that kind of wedge. They're actually right triangles. And it's hard to see because once you attach them to each other, they kind of curve. But you start along the length of the triangle. Here, let me turn it so you can see. So you start along the length, the base of the triangle, I guess, the long base. And then what you use is short rows. I assumed that it was like probably a knit two together on either end or something. Like I assumed you were starting on the short base and just decreasing either side. But no, like kind of like a corner to corner or something. But no, start here and you're using short rows to knit one less stitch every time. So, or actually it's this side. So that just makes it into like a right triangle. So this here is a right angle, kind of like a doorstop, right? So flat and then it goes straight up. So that's what it is. So that means that when we attach this, because eventually we do 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6, we're gonna do 6 of these. And then we're gonna sew on, this is the cast on edge. We're gonna sew the cast on edge to the last of these gray ones here and sew them together. It's not gonna lie flat, and I don't think it's meant to lie flat when you sew it together. It's a little bit wavy. And then, so we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna make another one just like it. And we're gonna sew them together, and then there's like an edging. So that's it, how this is gonna work. So I'm a little more than halfway through the edge here. This is just a little scrap yarn for doing the short rows. So short rows of knitting, so you would knit, it's called a wrap and turn. I'll just show you. You won't be able to see very well, but I'll demonstrate really quickly because we're right near it. So you're gonna knit to, this is, okay, so this blanket yarn, my first time using it, not fun, at least not when you're doing 2 strands together on probably a much shorter, a much smaller needle. This is, I'm using size 11s for 2 strands of like a 6 or 7 weight, which is probably much smaller to make like a tight fabric. It is not fun on your hands, not fun to work with. I don't know if it's better. I mean, I'm sure it's a lot better when you just use like 1 strand and probably whatever the recommended hook size is. So you knit to, boy, my hands. Sorry, you guys get to see my clumsy knitting. Here, and then the last stitch, which is this one here, you yarn forward. I know this is backwards. Switch it over. Slip it over across the thing. The dog is having a little issue over there. Bring the yarn, the working yarn back up, and then you slip it back to the left-hand needle. Hemi, okay? All right. And then bring it back here. And then you can usually like knit, you can knit it back. You can, depends on what the pattern says. Ooh. You can knit back, you can purl back. In this case, they want us to slip the first stitch and then knit back. So this just reminds me where I need to wrap and turn. So that means, so all these do not get worked. So you see that even this one just gets slipped and the rest of them don't get worked at all. And so that means that's what makes it grow on the right angle end. That's what we're gonna do. Hamilton, go drink some water. I don't know what something's caught in his throat or something. He's like trying to get it out. Okay, so that's what you do. So that's a knitting thing. I know a lot of you guys don't knit, so just kind of explaining how that goes. So that's what we're doing. Those are the two things I've worked on a lot this week. Actually worked on this a lot since the weekend. So like I said, this is not fun. This is so hard on my hands, but it is so soft, you guys. Oh my gosh. Like, I'm so jealous of my dogs that they're gonna get to lay in here. I also worry that this is not gonna be big enough. My dogs are thick, especially one of them. He's like a little squat, he's a bulldog, like a American bulldog mix. So he's a good size. He's a hefty dude. We'll see when I get it. My bigger one, he does not mind squeezing himself into small places though. Like, he will squeeze him. Like if we leave like a load of laundry unfolded in our room, he will make a nest in there and sleep in like the hamper. He's curled into cardboard boxes before, like anything to not sleep on the floor if he doesn't have to. So he'll make himself at home in this. My plan is to have these up in our room, probably for them to sleep on, so they will stop trying to sleep on our laundry. But yeah, so that's what we've been working on. So this is going to be super soft though, because this is just one layer. And then what they have you do is put like 4 layers of quilting batting in between the base and the top layer. So they're going to have this whole thick thing, which is already like, I can't barely feel my hands through here, you know, already. Like, just like leaning on it, I can barely feel my hand. And then, so then you have 4 layers of batting and then another layer of this. It's going to be super thick. They're going to love it. So those are the 2 things I've done. That is it for my Podi-iversary. It has, I plan to spend my evening working on projects, but like I said, I have like an actual work project that needs to be done tomorrow. So I had to do a lot of prep for it today to get it approved to do tomorrow. It's a whole thing. Hopefully I get it done tomorrow. Like, this for a movie that they're doing some reshoots on that they're going to be shooting on Thursday. So it has to work tomorrow. So it is what it is. Yeah, what else? I hope you guys are all staying warm. If those of us in the US or North America, I guess, the whole country is cold in some way or form. I'm in Atlanta. We are, I don't know what the temperature is right now. We were going like 20s and dropping a few hours ago, like at 6:30ish. I just took the dogs outside not long ago for their last little walk before bed. It was freezing. I didn't check the temperature, but I was cold. They wore sweaters. Remember I told you guys that's how I got caught up in Joann's, because I saw a couple of dog sweaters on clearance. So we've been wearing them this week. They've never worn clothes before, but they're not complaining, and they don't really care. Like, cold, even though they're short-haired, like single layer coat dogs, like cold has never bothered them, and it didn't today. They insisted on their full little jaunt instead of like, I'm like, hey guys, let's just go to the bathroom and go inside, and they're just like, no, let's sniff these things and all that. So my little toes are still complaining. Even my fingers are warm. My face even still feels a tad bit cold in a couple places. But I hope everyone's staying warm. I hope everyone's staying safe. We haven't had anything at least in my area, too severe. We've had, but the schools have been closed. Well, they pivoted to virtual for the last 2 days. Tomorrow they were Monday was a holiday. Today they pivoted to virtual. Tomorrow, which is Wednesday, originally they were planning to open 2 hours late. I guess to give the sun a chance to come up and if there was ice, for it to melt. But because the air temperatures are just so low, they were just like, we're gonna pivot to virtual. So they did that. It's great for me because this is my week with my kid, and I was not looking forward to leaving my house at 7:30 in the morning in the cold. But he's actually stayed with his dad because he stayed with him on Monday because it was a holiday, and then he was like, well, just pick me up from school on Tuesday, which I was like, fine. But then there was no school today, and then they canceled again tonight. So he was like, well, pick me up tomorrow, which is Wednesday, from school. And I was like, that's fine. And then they canceled again. So I don't know when he's coming home, but I haven't had to worry about venturing out in the cold to drop him off or pick him up, which is fine with me. And yeah, that is it. But anyway, once again, thank everybody for their support this year. I want to put in another little pitch for my mystery boxes. I'll put a link below. I sold 2 really quickly, and the rest have been sitting in my garage for the last couple weeks. So I'll give it a few more weeks, and then if there is no more interest, I'll probably go to Facebook, or I'll just go, I don't know, I'll find some other things to do. Do people still buy on OfferUp? Is that still a thing? I also thought of a couple other things I'll probably might put in there. Like, for instance, that my kind of purse project or whatever, like my little car project that I just keep with me, is these cotton disc cloths. So I thought I'd list those because I don't actually have, for the most part, a home for these. I gotta, but they're just ones I make. I already made myself a set of like 6, I think probably maybe even more. My husband likes them. Some other ones I gave away, but I don't have a really I probably would just list these. Like, if I can make up a set of 4, I'll sell them for a certain amount, and then like the ones that are like one-off, I'll just sell for a certain amount. So keep an eye out for those. I think I will just tie in these ends and list these because I just make them just to have like a small project in my car or my purse. I can do like when I'm waiting for things to start, and when I'm riding in the car, which I don't get to do anymore because now I have the nice car and my husband makes me drive everywhere. So annoying. So now I gotta do all the driving, so I can't do it in the car anymore, but like just like when I'm sitting around. So I might list that, start putting those in the shop just as something to get out of my house, but so I can still do the project but not be like inundated with a whole bunch of dishcloths that I have no place for. So there's that. But anyway, I will put it in a little plug. If you guys can go and favorite some items or share out the shop or anything like that, that would be great, just to get the stuff out of my garage. Oh, so also with this, so these, the biggest size, the extra large bed, says that it needed 9 ogos, 9 of the blanket yarn ogos. There is no way that it needs 9, so it will take 2 to finish this base. I'm pretty sure it will take 2 more to do the top layer, and it's gonna take, I'm gonna guess, 1. I don't know, I'm not sure the construction of the edge, but either way, let's say it takes 2 for the edging. Like, that's still only 6 out of 9. So 6 for, so I bought 18 of them because I thought 9, and I have 2 dogs, I'll do 2. So I'm gonna probably use 12 and have a good 6 left over. So we'll see. I might probably end up making some more boxes then and put those in along with some other stuff. I might jump in and try to also use them as like a springboard to try like to do plushies and amigurumis. If I find I enjoy working with like the single strand a little better than I do working with these double strands, then you know, maybe I'll keep them and try to make little teddy bears and things. But if not, they might. So that I definitely feel like I'm gonna be doing some more boxes because there's more stuff that I'm not gonna use. I just have to talk myself into letting it go. I let go of like a lot of stuff like I know that I don't have projects for, like bigger, thicker yarns and things like the stuff that I bought, a lot of the stuff that I bought before I knew what I liked. So now there's the stuff that I know that I like that I still do not have a lifetime enough to use. So I just have to have another stern talk with myself. But these things, they take up, the Ogos take up so much space. Like even once I probably will make the 2 ones for my dog, maybe make one for my cat, which will not take a whole lot, and then I'll still have probably several left over. So I think we're definitely gonna have another round of boxes sooner rather than later. But you guys, if you can just go and just continue as you've been doing, because a lot of people have favorited like the boxes on my Etsy shop, and if you guys can continue doing that, or those that haven't yet, if you could, that would be so helpful. Is that my cat? Oh no. Yeah, so thank you everyone for watching. When we talk next time, I'm gonna go over my baby blanket plans because a 4th friend has announced that she is pregnant. This is the one, so the filet blanket that I showed you guys last time. Can you see it? It's no, you can't see it from where you are. The filet blanket I told you guys about last time, the couple that they moved into our same town. They had lived like closer into the city of Atlanta. Now they moved into our same suburb. They live maybe 10-15 minutes from us, and I've been planning to make them a blanket as a housewarming. Have not got to that yet. Well, they are pregnant, and I know like they've been trying, but now they are. So that's 4 friends pregnant. So they are not finding out what they're having. I know one of my friends is definitely having a boy. The other 2 I don't know yet. Who are the other 2? I even have to think about it. I already forgot. Oh yeah, I do. They'll probably will find out. So many, and I know at least like one other couple that's trying. I'm pretty sure they're trying. So there's conceivable there will be 5 this year. But for now there's 4, and they're all due June or July, like summertime. So I've already got some plans. I'll go over those plans when we talk next. I got to pull out all the yarn. Some of it already pulled out, some of it I don't. I'm excited about them though, because we're gonna do some different things. I'm gonna try some different things. I got time, so might as well. And they will probably all be crochet, just to save time. Then I might throw a knit one in there, but they will probably all be crochet, and they're gonna be fun. But we'll talk about it next time. All right, you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for your support. I love you all. Love this community. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.